Over the summer, I picked up a 1986 Honda VF500F Interceptor. It needs some work, but cosmetically it's in pretty good shape. One of its biggest issues is the seat. It's not torn, but the vinyl has faded over the years to this kind of pinkish color, and it looks pretty terrible. So today I'm going to be recovering this and hopefully making it even better than when it was new. This process is honestly pretty simple and straightforward. I started by removing all the staples that held the factory seat cover on, which turned out to be easier than I thought. Just by pulling up on the vinyl, I was able to remove most of them, and the rest I just picked out with a pair of needle nose pliers. Then I carefully removed the original seat cover. Taking a look at it, we can see just how uneven and faded the color looks, and how far from red it actually is. My foam was in pretty good shape, but if your bike has sat for a while and the foam has kind of developed that hard skin on top, you can remove that with some mid-grade sandpaper and it should be good as new. For the replacement vinyl, I'll be using this Sunbrella Eversoft vinyl that I bought over at Sailrite. This is a much nicer fabric than the bike came with from the factory. It's super soft and has this pebbly matte texture that kind of resembles a leather, compared to the more glossy smooth texture that it came with from the factory. This is a very premium marine grade 4-way stretch vinyl that should last every bit as long as the original piece did. Cheaper vinyls often don't have the durability and stretchability to perfectly form to the seat, which are very important for getting a good finished product. The process is pretty simple. Make sure you've got a large enough piece to cover the whole seat, trim off any excessive extra, and then start stapling and pulling. Don't worry too much about getting each staple perfect in the beginning, since you'll be removing and replacing them fairly often as you stretch the vinyl over the seat. You'll want to use a stainless steel T50 staple and a very strong staple gun for this. The plastic base of the seat is very tough to pierce. And that's kind of it. You stretch and staple over and over again, removing staples, stretching more, putting them back in. The process took me about 3 hours to complete because this seat is more contoured than most, but this vinyl can hold up to a lot more stretching than you might think. You can also use a blow dryer to help make it give a little more where you need it to when you're stretching. This is going to require quite a bit of elbow grease to get it perfectly stretched across the seat, but it is possible. And eventually, you should wind up with something like this. All that's left now is to trim off the excess and test it on the bike. Oh yeah, that's much better. This one thing alone really helped make this bike look awesome. Come springtime, I do plan to do something of a review for this bike, and maybe a video as I go through the brakes, but for now, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit like, get subscribed, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and I will see you guys in the next one.